not drunk, guys. Yeah, we're not drunk. But Mango, on the other hand.
Yeah, he is.
No. He's humping toes. No.
End the stream. End it.
End the stream, Mango says.
End the stream.
Do you know what's weird about that? Is that the one girl is clearly uncomfortable. The
Yeah,
other girl
is
is
laughing.
totally ignoring her. Yeah, like either doesn't notice or doesn't care.
Or she's trying to lighten up the situation because she knows it's kind of fucking weird.
I don't know these streamers, right? But Ludwig kind of has like a frat boy kind of vibe.
Yeah,
just
he
from
does.
that.
I know. I don't
His
really.
apartment, the Red Bull in the back. It just kind of there isn't actually a lot in his apartment. It kind of looks like kind of empty, like a college dorm. Maybe it is. I don't know.
Yeah, but Ludwig has always rubbed me the wrong way. Like just his vibe. I've watched his videos before. I just could never get into. Just something about him was just like, I don't know, man. Just weird vibe.
Hey,
But he's incredibly popular.
Mango just blew a .32.
I'm no longer inviting Mango to Mogul Moves events.
Wait, he just blew .32?
Everybody, Mango just blew a .32.
That's
I'm
like
no longer
crazy
inviting
drunk.
Mango to Mogul Moves events. Cause like, you know, it's a privilege to go to an event, man. Like the.
Dude, and he's celebrating it. Dude, yeah, .3. If he actually blew that, did he actually? Because that's like a crazy number, man. What's over the legal limit?
Yeah.
Like .08. He's blowing .32. That's crazy. Just the way he's acting is like
Hey, everybody,
he's like
Mango just blew a .32.
super enabling it. Super. It's just weird. Like the frat boy
And
shit.
fo-
You're
and
saying.
focused on Mango. So this is before anything happened, right?
Yeah, before he banned him. This was.
And
the
he's
exact night.
already got eyes right on Mango and his drunkenness.
Mango is like an alcoholic. Mango can drink 30 beers and act the same he does off no beers.
That's crazy. That's what I used to say when I would drink and drive, yeah.
He's a machine of a
He
man.
said he had 7 beers already today.
If you ask him how many beers he's had lifetime, it's probably above 10,000.
Probably maybe not let that guy have any more beers at your streamer event.
Right. He invited him knowing this, talking about it. Hey man, this guy's no call, and then basically pushing him on to do it. What the hell? And then after the fact saying, that was fucked up, man. Like, yeah, you're exactly right though. The vibe I'm getting from him, the way he's talking, I get the frat bro shit. Like, have a good time, bro. He's fucked up, man. He drinks all the time, bro.
He's the two-time champion. He's never lost.
We gotta do PB. Guys, Mango just blew a .25.
That's crazy. Is there any conversation about how like people like Ludwig and everybody else were encouraging him to drink? Are you telling me this is what led to him getting banned from the event? If you're having him blow a breathalyzer and being like, oh my god, he's like triple the legal limit, you're part of the problem. Wouldn't you be like, hey, I'm Ludwig, I'm almost 30 years old. I probably know that this guy shouldn't be drinking so much, so since it's my event, I should pull him aside and tell him to stop, or not encourage this. Yelling and celebrating his insane amount of alcoholism. I'm not saying that he's not responsible for anything that he did, but aren't you responsible for creating a safe environment? This does not create a safe environment.
Hey, everybody, Mango just blew a .32.
So apparently he was harassing people, because the argument's going to be like, well, I didn't know he was going to harass people. It really shouldn't matter. You shouldn't allow and encourage somebody to be a 0.25% alcohol blood level drunk. That's insane. You should expect something irresponsible. What if instead of sexual harassment, he like ended up like hurting himself because he's so drunk? It's your event. What?
Yeah, or broke something.
To be clear, that is dangerous. That's not good. That's dangerous. Let's up those numbers.
Taking advantage of somebody with substance problems for
dude.
entertainment purposes, and then when it goes wrong, you just blame them. He harasses these women all night, and they don't do. Why doesn't Ludwig stop this sooner? This is insane to me.
I feel really bad about that, and you know, I reached out to anyone who I felt might have felt uncomfortable and talked to them. But also, and I already told Mango this, I'm no longer inviting Mango to Mogul Moves events. You know, it's a privilege to go to an event, man. Like the whole point of an event is like it's a fun thing to do, have a good time, and if somebody appearing jeopardizes somebody else having a good time, that just can't be a thing.
Okay, I mean, like, what do I do with this? Thank God you brought a guy over, encouraged him to drink insanely, and then didn't do anything in the moment about him harassing the streamers, but then came on and after there was backlash saying, oh, he's not invited anymore. Like, you're a Loser. He invites a guy to his streamer event, gets him really drunk, encourages him to drink, and then doesn't do anything about it until there's backlash.
Real. Because he even said, I woke up and everybody's texting me to say, talk about it. And then he just gets on stream and he says this bullshit. He's banned, whatever. It's like, dude, that's kind of crazy. Especially if this is your friend. Like, I would never invite my friend who's like an alcoholic or I know drinks a lot and gets crazy to an event and then encourage him to drink more and then be like, oh, something crazy happened. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. Can't believe that. I can't believe, wow, that's crazy to me. Like, dude.
It's hard to say if this is them or just the environment, but it's like the kind of energy that if someone were to get hurt in front of them and would be laying on the floor, they'd be like, whoa, and then filming themselves like, look at this guy, look at what just happened, right? And it's like, rather than feeling like, oh shoot, this guy's hurt, right? We got to help him, right? And there's a lack of empathy. There's like a total psychotic aspect to that.
Inhuman,
but it's
yeah.
like, but I don't know if that says something about the person as a whole or just that moment. Like they're at the party and they kind of like are out of it from themselves. That's what it looks like, because it's like both that he didn't care if the girls were uncomfortable or that the guy was doing things that rightfully made them uncomfortable, but also that he didn't care at all about the guy getting drunk, where even the other guy's like, well, just to be clear, that is
not amazing,
not safe.
Not a cool thing.
And then he just ups it, right? Even when someone tells him. There was a story a while back when the Nintendo Wii first came out, of
Classic.
a radio station that had a contest where if you drank, it was how much water could you drink without peeing, and whoever drank the most without peeing.
That sounds
won a
familiar,
Wii.
yeah.
A woman drank, I think it was over a gallon of water without peeing, and ended up dying from like hyperhydration.
This sounds familiar, yeah.
But later, when the story came, right, that's a shocking story. Woman dies from drinking water, right? But later it came out that at some point during like a commercial break, the radio station jockey had actually gotten a call from a nurse who had said, hey, just so you know, this can actually be dangerous, right? If you ingest too much water in too short a time, people can actually have medical issues from that.
Mm-hmm.
And he laughed at her and joked at her and brushed it away and then let it continue. And it did then end up in someone dying, even after getting the warning. And it's like, that's what here, it's like, even after a guy tells you, hey, it's not cool that he's drinking this much, the person is so detached,
so kind of caught up in it that they're like,
or unconcerned. They really don't care what happens, that they don't respond to it.
You know what I think is, so the Mango and Ludwig seem to have a history, and he probably knows. He said that. He said, oh, Mango drinks a lot. Mango's a big drinker. So he probably knows Mango's probably done crazy shit in the past when they've drank together.
Yeah.
So he probably thought, I'm bringing this guy on for content. He probably did that intentionally. Get him drunk, give him alcohol. He's going to be crazy. He's going to be the party guy. Then after the fact, you don't have his back on anything. You don't, I mean, obviously what he did was not cool, but it's just, it's selling your friend out and just using them. That's just some snake ass behavior, and part of the reason why I don't like Ludwig. And I already had my preconceived notion on why I didn't like him. For whatever reason, I didn't really like him, but now I really don't like him because this is like some snake ass friend behavior.
Yeah, because there's like literally everyone, the girls, his friend, the coming out now and banning his former friend after putting him in the situation, and like it's like he's like betraying like everybody.
He basically only seemed like he came out with it because there was such a pressure from people. From
well, I don't think he really cared. The truth is, I mean, everyone was there. You don't even, like I said, even the girl sitting next to that girl seemed like she didn't care. But there is something that people can do in these situations where if you're a bit of a douche, you bring in like an obvious douche, and then no matter what you do, you come across as like a decent guy.
More normal than them, yeah.
Which is good in some sense socially for you, but the very act of doing that, like bringing in a guy that's kind of like a mega douche and then feeding him a bunch of alcohol, that act itself is sociopathic, right? Because you're introducing that element in the situation, knowing that it's going to make you look better in comparison.
I get that. I get sociopathic vibes from Ludwig.
I think that is absolute fucking bullshit. I think Ludwig is a fucking liar. I think he's a fucking snake. And I think he would throw anybody under the bus to avoid a hate threat of his own. Mango obviously fucked up. Obviously he has his own demons. And to be honest, I hope to God he gets the help that he needs. And honestly, I think it is a good idea for him not to go to streamer events. And also, I'll be real, Mango. Streamer events are gay as fuck. Okay? Break out of the fucking matrix. It's a joke. A bunch of these people, they're not going to talk to you a year after you fucking get out of the scene anyways. None of these people actually give a fuck about you. They're talking to you out of proximity. They don't, once you leave, nobody cares anymore. Nobody cares.
That's probably true.
Streamers are fake as fuck.
Yeah.
And geez, LA streamers are even worse. Austin streamers are bad. Don't get me wrong. LA streamers, they're even worse. I can't imagine any dumb motherfucker who would leave Austin thinking that LA is going to be better. Yeah, fucking right. That place is a fucking cesspool. Holy shit. Anybody with 5 IQ would know that shit. A fucking major misplay. And today was another example of LA streamers being fake as fuck. And Ludwig, once again, because I don't know why people are so surprised and why nobody holds him accountable for anything. But I'm sorry, and I'm going to say this again. Ludwig, you are just as at fault for what happened on that day when you invite your friend, a known alcoholic, to your party where you will know that his weaknesses, that his vices will be there, and you don't get him kind of drunk. You get him 4 times past the legal limit, double blackout drunk, near fatal levels of intoxication. You point the camera at him. You say, good job.
Dance like a monkey.
Do more.
Yeah.
And then you don't make sure he's okay at all. The guy could have fucking died, guys.
Yeah.
And I think it's a joke that we're not making the proper people be accountable here.
That's true. That was a good take. And he's right about the streamers being fake. I mean, and he's saying LA streamer. If you don't have this kind of foundation of how to be a human, how to have good relationships and be able to foster that kind of communication and connection with people, there's nothing there. You're just looking for views and clicks and fame and money. You use a friend like this. Yeah, come on, get drunk. Point the camera at him. Dance, monkey, dance, just to get clicks. But what happens is, oh shit, something bad happened, something negative happened. My fans are mad at me. Not that, I fucked up and I did something bad. My fans are mad at me. I better say something. He's banned. It's like, dude, you fucked up. You did the shit. You put people in this position. You put your friend in this position. Your friend in this position. Ridiculous.
Yeah, and you can tell he definitely did have him as a dancing monkey because there were 2 clips that you just showed where he's there before anything's really happened, and he's saying, oh, Mango, big drinker, very interesting. Mango drinking, interesting. Like he's going around at people at the party, like basically saying, "Hey, I got, just so you know, it's gonna get really good because I got this monkey here. It's it's got this thing that it'll do later in the night. Just so you know."
Yes, I've had people do that to me too. I've had people because I like to party, I like to hang out, I like to have a good time. And I've had people who do that shit to me too. You hang out with new friends and they come, hey, do that thing, do that thing we like, hey, do that. And it's like, no, I'm not doing it. I'm not your fucking monkey. I'm not gonna dance for you. Fuck you. I'll do it if I want to, and that's that. Kind of hits the home.
There's backlash.
Wait, there was another clip. Where was the Asmongold clip? Let's see the sanest take on the planet here from Asmongold.
Yes.
What is this quality, dude? 180p, that's all we got? Come on, Yeet. What the fuck, dude?
Yes, and so anyway, like a lot of parties are like this, but doing something like this on stream, I don't think this is good. I'm going to be honest. I don't think this is good. And again, is this self-harm? In my opinion, I think that it kind of is self-harm. I do, and I think this is unsafe behavior. Now, do I want Ludwig banned for this? No, I don't want Ludwig banned for this. But I think that he should just, instead of Ludwig blaming all of this on Mango, I think he should stop doing events with alcohol. If you want to be a squeaky clean advertiser, brand-friendly content creator, the worst way to try to do that is to bring a bunch of Arrested Development 20 to 30 something year olds. And also, by the way, this is not a streamer exclusive problem. The worst party that you have seen on stream would probably not even be in the top 5 parties that we've been to in Austin, Texas. This is not a streamer unique issue. But if you're doing it on Twitch, and they're also not getting sponsored either. right? I mean, yeah, who wants to see that anyway? A lot of people do. It isn't even close. Not even top 10.
Don't have any alcohol if you want to. If you want to
Yeah,
avoid this type of stuff.
Can't they just do like the you get 2 drink maximum or something? Like have people. I don't know that you have to go completely dry, but.
Yeah, I mean, loosen people up a bit, but encouraging a .32 is crazy, dude. That's literally people can die from that shit.
Well, my college had someone die like that. They like went down like right in the middle of campus. They like passed out from alcohol like in a ditch and they died.
Do people die from the alcohol or do they die from like didn't Jimi
no,
Hendrix vomit
yeah,
out
I think
or
he kind of
choke on his
drowned
vomit?
because he was like it was kind of like he was in kind of a ditch in the middle of campus and there was water and he passed out into it. I think is how it was something that happened before I was there, so I might be getting the story a little wrong, but I think that's how it went.
I mean, yeah, because when people talk about dying from that, like how often is it that the alcohol kills them, or is it something like that where they black out in a pool or fall over a? Hey, we got Bibawen in the chat saying great stream.
Oh wow!
Very good, thank you, man. Appreciate it, buddy. The illustrious Bibawen. Yeah, we reacted to his video last week and did pretty well. By the way, what you're referring to is called ethyl coma. Oh, okay, so it is just that's how you can die from alcohol. Oh, okay, it just like shuts everything down. Okay, so it can happen. But probably, you're right, what we were saying is probably more likely is that you pass out and drown or something.